I had a smoothie.
Do you work out on the empty stomach?
Sometimes, a lot of times. At most, I had like a smoothie.
I need to get into that.
Today, I had a smoothie after the workout. It was way more satisfying. You gotta earn that shit, you know? You earn a smoothie, it's different than just having a smoothie. You know?
Why would you have it before, though?
Because
you burn off.
Sometimes you need that energy.
Yeah, sometimes I'm extra dead, you know? Sometimes I really, really feel like if I did my workout, I'm gonna be feeling the fact that I haven't eaten today, so then I'll have a smoothie. But I'll have something lighter, you know what I'm saying? Like not nothing with like too heavy, just something to hold me down. Yeah. Like gravity.
How's it coming? Gucci?
It's good. There you go.
Young bandana, Gucci, barn darn on it.
Okay. Fuck my impeccable balance.
Wow. That's right. Adopt the diction of the dragon. Use it.
I bet. So whenever we're ready, whenever y'all ready, we get ready.
I possess readiness.
Yo, quick question. You mind if I use flash on my shoe?
That'll be fine. Yeah.
Look, I've been waiting so long for recognition. Keep my head above water, causing friction. Maybe I could be the one that you could spare. Maybe I could be the one to make you care. Please pass me the light, cause my L not lit. How the fuck you hustle, but you ain't got shit? Bet. So, hello there. Thank you for tuning in. This is the first of many podcasts brought to you by Dreamwork Hustle and the Bronx Brand. I'd like to welcome my nice guest here, Chris Rivers.
Hello.
How are we doing today, Chris?
You're clearly doing the smoothest you've ever been.
Is it?
Look at that voice. He's like, "Hello, people. We are here today."
That's my high voice.
Oh, that's his.
You're
first
messing it
episode.
all up.
I'm sorry. We're here. I'm feeling great. I know him.
Where are you from, Chris?
I'm from the Bronx, New York, planet Earth, Milky Way galaxy.
Why are you here today?
I'm here today because you said, "Hey, Chris, come here today," and I'm gonna ask you stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
That is pretty much why you're here.
In the surface, you know, basically.
So
you mean
Chris,
like existentially, like why am I here? Like my purpose in
we
life,
could
or?
definitely get into that.
Okay, but that's not what you meant.
That initially, no.
Okay, all right, let's
But
keep it
for
going.
right now, we'll get into that though.
Cool.
They're not even ready for that.
Just making sure I didn't know.
But all right, so Chris,
Mm-hmm.
how long have you been rapping?
How long have I been rapping? Seriously, I would say like right out of high school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I really started taking it. I graduated 2011.
Where'd you go to high school?
Lehman High. Lehman High School.
In Westchester Square.
Yeah, Westchester Square, right there. Before right now, it's actually separated into a lot of different schools, like a lot of the schools in the Bronx.
Yeah.
But
It's like
that
16 of them.
right, but I was there when it was all one school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like 5,000 plus kids, and like there was like 5 different principals. There was mad scandals and like it was crazy. But anyway, yeah, I went there and I forgot the original question, but that's why I went to Lehman High School. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. What gives you inspiration to create?
Oh, what gives me inspiration? Yo, lately, I would say in the beginning, it was my fascination with words. You know what I'm saying? Like I really.
Do you read?
Yeah, I do read.
How often?
I read every day, but not always the same type of things. Like sometimes I read books. Like I do have books that I actively read, and not constantly. And then I still read manga. You know what I'm saying? Like animations and things like that. But like, or
you reference a lot of that in your
rap. Of course. You know what I'm saying? So like, I do read, and you learn a lot of like words, and you learn a lot of different contexts, and it's dope. But my fascination with words and putting them together, like, and to see the intricacies and to know, like, we speak English and you rap too, so like, we speak English, so the things that we are allowed to rhyme with, but the things we're allowed to rhyme with is different in other languages. If you spoke French and I spoke English, we can't say the same sentences if we hope to rhyme.
Are you like hinting at like you're about to like?
No. No, but I'm saying like
I'm about to rap in German.
Yeah,
like.
no, I saw Wyclef do it, so I got to do it eventually. He freestyled in 5 languages.
Nah, that's
so
different.
yeah, but
that's
like,
different.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, someone can't exist and do something that's crazy and me not attempt to get there, you know? But yeah, so it was my fascination with words, man, and I like piecing them together and just expressing myself. That's what gave it. But as of late, I would say the biggest inspirations, they stem from like real life experiences and actually and being present enough to experience things, enough to feel stuff about it. Because, you know, a lot of times we go by our days and the days just go in a blur and you don't really feel anything impactful. But like lately, I've been making sure I'm present. Things matter to me. And after that, like, you get all this stuff that you want to talk about and you see a situation and you feel something, you know. So lately, it's just been real life.
beside, like, do you get excited performing? What's the best part about music? Like, what gets you, like, besides what motivates you, like, what makes you eager to, like, keep creating? Like,
yeah, it's
like, is it performing? Like,
yeah, well, I do love performing. Sometimes I get
you perform for you opened up a lot of the Jadakiss and
I toured with Jadakiss on his joint The Locks as well, and I've been a bunch of places, and I do love performing. I do love performing, and sometimes I get inspired to make certain songs for performances. You know what I'm saying? You ever felt that way when you did a show and you was like, and you saw somebody else's show and you're like, yo, I need something lit, like, and so you make a song like that.
Can't
so
just
I do
talk to the people.
Right. Yeah. So you see the energy and you know those little moments. So I get excited for that. But I would say the biggest thing that gets me excited to create is the growth. Like lately, I've been, to see you try different dynamics and just to learn how much more expansive it is than just rapping. You know what I'm saying? And different like whatever it is. So just to see that growth and just to push it creatively, it's just like, it feels dope. It feels like I'm doing something, like, and it's fun.
How was that touring with Jada? Like, do you get more of a reception from the crowd, like, out of state than New York, or how would you compare it?
Definitely. I mean, out of state in general. Like, if I
where did you go?
We toured around we toured around really the whole country. There was a West Coast wing that we did.
How many shows?
There was at least. We joined like halfway into the tour because we was doing other shows elsewhere, but the halfway in I still probably did like 16, 17 shows. Like,
every
what I'm saying?
night, or
it was sometimes it was back-to-back nights, and sometimes it was spaced out a few days and stuff like that. But I would say anywhere out of town is better than New York as far as like reception goes. I love New York, I love my city, but in New York I know like if you not me or my mans, I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, damn, bro. So
I would not push your SoundCloud link. Don't ask me.
And they'll stand there grilling, and when you get off stage, yo, my man, you the nicest, blah blah. I fuck with your shit. I'm like, you were just standing there, bro. Like,
you
know,
throw your hands
but
up.
everyone want to act cool until you're lit. You know what I'm saying? That's New York. But you go elsewhere, like, people really show love and support. But what I would say is touring with Jadakiss specifically and The Lock specifically, like, you know me as a person. I'm a goofy, funny nigga. Like, it's cool. So
you love Jada, basically.
Yeah. Like, so, like, but it's funny because, like, that's a hard hood crowd. You know what I'm saying? So
you got.
No, I've been on. I went to their shows and I'm
make it.
I'm waiting to perform and niggas is getting booed off stage. Like, that feeling.
Yeah.
So, and that never happened to me once. And what I do, bro, when I go up there, I demand respect. Like, I don't care what you're into. You're gonna be present. You're gonna have a good time.
Do you usually start off with the acapella? Or?
Sometimes
I've been to multiple shows of yours.
Right, I start with acapella sometimes, and I start off with I try to fill out the crowd and I try to get them into a place of like, yo, I at the very minimum, language, energy speaks all languages. You know what I'm saying? It go
posture,
any
everything.
color, creed, whatever it is that you're into, and you feel the energy, and people fuck with my energy up there. You know what I'm saying? So I go up there, I have high energy. I talk to them. If they not right, I talk to them. I press people. You can fight me after the show. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're gonna fuck with me. I'll make them laugh, whatever it is. And I got certain things, and I get them involved. And you get hype enough up there, and they start messing with you, and they mess with your energy. Then they mess with the music, and
they influence everyone around them.
So there wasn't one show, bro, that I didn't win over the entire crowd, and I felt personally that stepped my stage game up so much.
On the average, how much was like in the crowd? Like,
sold out arenas every night, ranging from, I would say the smallest show they probably had was like a couple thousand, bigger ones in the probably 10. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Like, so like,
to get a group of 1,000 people just fucking with you.
Yeah, bro. And sometimes it was really, some nights I would say, where was we at? It might have been one of the shows in Virginia. They were super duper lit. Shout out to them. Yeah, man. Like, so it was super dope touring. It was a dope learning experience, and it was a dope stage learning, and also just being around them. And like, it was a moment where I was backstage and I'm chilling with everybody, and like, when you idolize certain people or you hold people to a respectful regard, you don't put yourself like in their level. You're just like, wow, these are them. I learned from you, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It feels that way. And then I was there enough that it started feeling like they were treating me like a peer. You know what I'm saying? Like peers. And it hit me. I was like, wow, like I'm here and I'm really in this bitch. Yeah, and I'm just like, wow. And it changed my dynamics with other people. And it's just like, always be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful. But I learned a lot on those tours, and I'm grateful, man. Shout out to the big bros.
That's a fact. How did you, like, what did you, like, when you came back, were you homesick or you enjoyed touring?
always homesick, and I always enjoy touring. It's weird. Like I want to bring my niggas more on tour. I want to bring my boy. I think it'll be more of an enjoyable experience. I'm usually with.
Who do you usually go? Manager.
Manager and people I perform. Whispers, Cardi.
And shout out to Whispers too, man.
That's
Yo,
he's a trip. He's always fun. He's amazing.
If you're not on Whispers, we gotta put you on.
Whispers
too,
PK3 on Instagram. Go follow the boy. But yeah, man.
Whisper Monoxide out now.
Whisper Monoxide, go get that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We out here.
But
yeah, like I would love to bring like at least a friend or two, like people that I hang out with every day, like because it just changes the dynamic. It becomes more of a fun experience. And
then you feel like you're having fun the whole time. You're not even
right
working.
Because tour for me in my experiences so far, and it's unfortunate. I do want to enjoy it more. I see these little things where I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing this wrong. I could change it up, bring a friend or something, because I have a lot of fun on stage. And then in between the shows, it's like, okay,
a lot of downtime.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of downtime. So it's those in between.
Texting them, what's up? What are you doing? The show was great.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You
like,
should be here.
So so say I had a show 3 nights, and my stage, I tour with them, and they give me 20 minutes on stage a night. So those 3 nights, I got an hour total of amazing time. Yeah. But 3 days is 72 hours, so there's still 71 more hours
leisure time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of time on the tour, I wrote a lot of DeLorean. I wrote a lot of DeLorean on the road because I'm like, fuck, we can just.
It's funny. Every time, I told you this before, every time I plug my phone into like an aux in the car, like the new car, like maybe like 2015 and up, 2016, it always plays Chris. And then you're like talking to Tomatron, right?
Tomatron,
yeah, like you talk, every time, bro, every time. So it's funny. Like if you didn't check out DeLorean, you definitely want to go check that out too.
Thank you.
But I didn't know you wrote that. Like when you was like, I didn't know you wrote that off the tour.
Next time I see you, my nigga, you better have your shit a little. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear something. And they come back, and I've seen people multiple times, and I've gotten like to really experience dope relationships with my fans because of it. And it's dope, man. I like it.
Nah, that's dope. Like I personally, when people come to me, like I couldn't word that myself differently. Like that's very good that like every time that people approach you, like are usually in a rush, or you take your time with everybody.
First of all, I'm so sorry, Josh. I drank from your water.
Totally fine. I saw it though.
Yeah,
you were very parched. I let it rock.
I got mine right here.
It's totally fine.
I just gotta keep it on the table.
Sometimes you just want other people's stuff. It happens.
So you said, how do you deal with people approaching you, like the different
like when people like, let's say, cause a lot of things people like to say we get big headed as artists. Yeah. Like when we do a lot of things and we hit certain accolades, and sometimes they catch us in the street, and then like sometimes we're on the move. Like, do you usually take the time out and like you talk to all your fans? Like, let's say you in traffic and like and it's mad cars, like it's like, yo, I fuck with your shit.
No, I get. It's one of those things where like you gotta stay true to you, but you learn people. Like I learned how to not come off as a dick, but to be real about it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like I've had situations where I do have a moment to chop up with people, like to really chop it up with people. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes like I'm moving and grooving, and you gotta know like, yo, like you show the love right back, like, yo. And even if they want to talk, be like, yo, add me on the ground, something, like hit me up. I'm like, yo, no disrespect, bro. I'm really on my way somewhere. It's great to meet you, but like hit me up here. Like we'll get to it. I can't talk right now. But sometimes you gotta, like, I've been on a train on a date, like heading downtown or something like that, or with someone or with people, and like someone comes and like they say what they say, and then they want to stay there the whole 45-minute train ride. And then like, so like after a while you can't just be too nice to people too. Like, and it's not to be rude, but you gotta be, and
that's what I was trying to get at before.
After a while I'll be like, yo, and there's certain subtle things you be like, all right, bro, yo, it was good talking to you, right? Boom, you do that. Then sometimes they stand right there and they still
and they hold your hand.
Yeah, and they keep going and they keep going. And they keep going, and it's just like, all right, clearly they're not picking up any subtle things. So I'm just like, all right,
I'm gonna walk away now.
No, I won't even walk away. Like at first I would just make them feel awkward. At first when I was a little, because for a while I was not scared, but confrontation, or was doing things that I felt
anxious. You don't know what's like.
I don't want, because I'm a nice person. I want people to feel good around me. I don't want to tell you something that I feel like you're not gonna like, but at the same time I don't want to put myself in a situation. So I try to beat around the bush with it, and that's never the way to go. So I got really good at making people feel awkward. Like, say we're having a conversation and you can't, and you still keep like, be talking to me. Just say stuff, Josh. Stuff. Yeah. And I'll just look at them, and after a while I'll just be dead faced and I'll just stare at them. I'll just stare at you.
You made me feel awkward at least once or twice.
And I don't feel awkward. That's the thing. That I got rid of. I don't feel awkward anymore. So I don't care. Like, I'll stare at you like the whole time, and they walk away. But I feel like, and they be like, and then they eventually is like, all right, man, it was good to. I'm like, all right, thanks, man. But I realize I'm like, that was still beating around the bush. You can still rub people the wrong way. So at that point, what I do is like, I'll be like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, thank you for that. I'm in the middle of something right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this. So you know, do you mind giving us some privacy now? You know what I'm saying?
Has it gotten to that
yeah,
before?
of course. But it's always like, yo, bro, like I appreciate the love and no disrespect for this, but like I'm kind of in the middle of saying, like, do you mind giving us privacy? Like, cause you know, and when you ask someone like that, like they have to really choose, even if they didn't want to, they have to really choose to be like explicitly a serious dick, like a serious asshole, to be like, nah, I'm gonna stand right here the whole time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Then
like,
shit gets conversation.
Yeah, and I'll be like, really? Like, and it's never gotten there, you know what I'm saying? But it's really one of those things, like, I doubt it ever would, you know what I'm saying? Because people respect it, you know, still, because I'm not being a dick to you, you're not going to be a dick to me. And I do believe there's good in people. And even if you put bad people in situations where they're going to look stupid if they're not good, they have to be good. And that's always why I move on. Because I got hands, but I don't like hurting people, and I don't like confrontation. I got hands, though, just in case. You know what I'm saying? Manos.
What's the most eclectic song you listened to in the last week?
Define eclectic, so I know I'm answering it correctly.
Damn, Mike.
Let me get my phone. With the most creative song. Okay, because I didn't want to.
He caught me off guard too. Don't worry.
I didn't want to, because I was like, I feel like I know what it means, but I don't want to answer a whole question, and someone online's like.
So the most creative, like, influential song you listened to in the last week.
A singular song, the most creative, influential song that I've heard in the last week. It's hard because I've downloaded a lot of different music, and I've been listening to a lot of like.
I've been seeing you post a lot of stuff. Like, from Kendrick to what was another, like, the most like left field artist I didn't even expect. I forgot. I think it was a female artist. I don't know. You be jamming though.
I'm listening to mad. I be listening to mad genres, and like I like combining it all. So it's hard because like there's old, like listening to Kanye a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like recently I got back into, you know, old Kanye. I'm like listening to all the stuff and hearing how he was early incorporating melodies and all this stuff like to the situation, and like seeing that stuff in the beats, and listening to indie rock. You know, a lot too. There's a song called "Call Me Up" by, I forgot their name. But even listening to rock music and XXXTentacion's album, I actually listened to it. It was actually dope. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, dope. And I saw this versatility. I'm like, that's fire. I've really, like, it's hard because I've been really downloading mad music every time I hear a song.
You're just trying to keep your
I listen. Someone put me on to Sir. You know, Sir, the D Evil song, or even Something New, or Something Foreign. Those songs, like hearing how he did all the freestyles I've been doing, like the different beats, and listening to Outkast.
Nah,
and,
that's
like,
good. You
know
do a lot of homework.
Yeah, not just homework. Like I've been like, cause I don't ever want the dopest way to make it is that it doesn't feel like work. It feels like it's so I just been really getting into it. Yeah, like just don't try, have fun with it, bro. Yeah, like, and so I just been listening to music, and I just been good. Like I take my speaker in the bathroom now when I take a shower and blast it and sing at the top of my lungs. Like I really get into it. I wake up in the morning, put my phone down, just blast some music, like, and you just really get into it. And once you do that, you feel more creative, and so it's hard for me to identify one song, but I would say I've been really, really expanding my horizons with it. Yeah.
All right, I'll take that in stride.
Swag.
So the glasses you have on.
Yes.
Who made them?
These are my sister, Star Reels. Follow her on Instagram. Star Reels are cool. Star Reels, she's on the gram. She has a glasses line, you know what I'm saying, called Star Views.
And she's doing her thing.
You know, because she's doing her thing. She's an entrepreneur, hustler, extraordinaire, and I respect. She's also doing her music thing too. She got an EP out right now.
Your whole family is like working.
Yeah, my sister as well. My other sister, she moved to Cali, Vanessa, and she actually she's always been into singing as well, so she does a singing thing, and like lately she's been taking it really seriously over there.
Dope.
And she sent me, I'm not just saying this,
in Los Angeles, you said?
Yeah, LA.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so lately she's been working on music, and big shouts to her, because she sent me something the other day, and you know what I'm saying, I heard it, and not just because she's my sister, like I was truly blown away, like, because
I've never heard her sing. I didn't even know she sang.
Right, and I heard it before, and the improvement was like worlds. Like I was like, whoa, like, you know, when you hear something, like imagine you hear, I'm sure you know niggas that try to rap and they sound like they trying to rap, and imagine you hit them a year from now and it sounds like radio level shit, like shit that you know, if other people heard it, it's just a matter of how many people hear it at that point, because it will. That's how it felt, and I'm like, yo, I'm proud. Like, it felt crazy. So shout out to my whole fam. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's working. When you were 13,
right?
Where were you? Like, 13. What were you doing?
13
you
was
like
my
into
first
rap there, or?
Yeah, 13 was my first year of high school. Where's all the cameras at? actually have my high school ID. Oh my goodness! If you could zoom in, I look like a shaved nut. I clearly got no bitches. Not the first year. Hold on, let me see if there's anything. No, there's nothing like crazy.
There's nothing crazy.
Yeah. This is the,
Just my barcode.
Yeah, no, but this is my student ID from Thingy. You know what I'm saying? My birthday's November. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. It's a little blurry, so you gotta get it. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
Yeah. Look at it close.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I look like bro. So I was 13. That's how I looked at 13.
Were you rapping at that time?
That's what I'm saying. Like I was always into music. I always wrote poetry. I always was musically inclined, and I was always write rhymes. But that's what I say. I've been really rapping my whole life, or at least artistically inclined my whole life into writing.
I remember the video you just posted.
Yeah, the 3
and
yeah. That was different. Yeah, my whole but like that.
Who put you up to that? Was that like
no. Okay.
How did that come about?
Okay. So
I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Basically, and I'm dating all the way back. Basically, what it was. Let me put my wallet back in my pocket so I don't look like I'm just digging in my ass. Basically, when I was a kid, so my father is Big Pun. So it's different. Like when you're a little kid and you're like, I want to be an astronaut, right? Yeah. And everyone's like, cool, man.
You will be
a
fucking astronaut.
Go do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you have the means to do this, if I'm like, yo, I want to be a rapper, and I was 6 years old, I'm like, I want to be a rapper, and it's like everyone's like, hell yeah. We're gonna do that, so because obviously my father, so we knew people. It's like, oh, let's do it. So we instantly started doing that, and shout out to Benzino. We was actually signing him in the Source, and it was it Interscope? I'm pulling up blanks right now on the list. I think it was Interscope. I'm not sure, but yeah, we had like we did. So me. Benzino's son, Lil Ray Ray, and Lil James was a singer. He had won like America's. I forgot one of the singers, but he was fired too. Yeah. So we all formed a group called 3 Down. They did it like we called it. And we had a $1.2 million deal on the table. We opened. I was like 8 years old, bro. And we opened up for Ja Rule, like for like big crowds. When Ja Rule was lit, bro. When like you know what I'm saying, like at one point, like in his prime, respectfully, you know what I'm saying, in his prime. So it's one of those things like it performed in front of crowds of 20. We opened for DMX also in his like you know what I'm saying, in Puerto Rico in front of a crowd of 20,000. The crowds I used to get back then are bigger than the crowds I get now, nigga. Yo. Like so like it was crazy. Like it was dope, and it was funny, man. And everything fell out because since we was I forgot what happened. I think it's because we were minors. So like when it's ironic because he was beefing with I think Benzino and Eminem started having beef at that time, right? So I think since we was like, I forgot what it was exactly, but I think since we was in conglomerate with them, and there was a clause in the contract since we're minors that if anything of that like caliber of like violence, or it's responsible. So the clause was we had to get dropped like from that thing. So that 1.2 came off the table. So everything kind of dissipated afterward. Yeah. But I'm grateful because I wouldn't be who I am today. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like So but after that too, like I've always been poetically inclined. You know what I'm saying? My first girlfriend, I used to write her poems like every day, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. So I always was into it and good with words, but I didn't really take rap, and I did write verses and rap in the lunchroom and shit like that with other niggas.
Where it started.
You know what I'm saying? But like I was always like half into it, and then when I graduated from high school, and then when people was going to college, which is dope, and getting 9 to 5s, which is dope, I just realized a lot of them was unhappy, but they were doing it because they felt they were supposed to. Yeah. So I was like, what's the one thing I love? I'm like, music. Let's get it popping, and I was skipping meals to save up for studio sessions and figuring out with my cousin, and we just started writing, taking beats off for YouTube or little beats that we had from niggas we knew, and just going to the studio and just putting it on YouTube, and then we got our page, and everything started building, and you see little opportunities, and you seize them, and you do that, and you learn along the way. Like I would say, like our knowledge, like in the way we was moving in the beginning, I can't believe how ignorant we were in the beginning, like you know what I'm saying, but we really grew to obtain so much knowledge and so much work ethic, and even now I'm still learning like the little nuances of creating environments and how consistent you have to be in those little things. So you know what I'm saying, energies and so many other things, because you learn about who you are as a person at the same time, and growing up and in the world. So like it's a lot, man, but to remember how we started and how we came, where we it's crazy to be here. So it's dope.
What advice would you give your 13-year-old self?
Oh man, it's gonna sound so freaking corny, but love yourself, man. Like,
did you deal with a lot of insecurity back
Oh my god, I was insecure, like manifestation of insecure. Like I felt like shit about my body. I felt like shit about who I was. I felt like shit about what I did. I wasn't proud of myself. I was depressed. I would talk down to myself. I would doubt myself. And yeah, man, like I realized to this day, like I've been the only person in my way my entire life. There hasn't been one person.
A lot of people don't even realize.
You know what I'm saying? Because every single time that I've ever fully believed in myself and fully pursued something, I excelled at it. I excelled. There's not one time that I truly gave it my best and I failed. I can't point up a moment. And if I did my best, and if I did my best in something, obviously, because I did my best in fighting, and when I fought against pros and they beat me up, but I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting better, and that's a win. That's a win. That's a win to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I would tell myself to love myself because I spent so much of my life distracted with pleasing others and giving my energy, non-reciprocated energy, to other people. Yourself. Yeah, to other people to make me feel good that they loved me or they thought good about me because I couldn't think good about myself, and that spiraled into so many things that I would be so much more than I am right now in the external world, if I learned if I knew what I knew right now back then. You know what I'm saying? And people say that all the time, and I sound old now. I'm 24, saying, you know what I'm saying? But it's really one of those things, bro. Like how pivotal it is, like loving myself and learning myself and giving myself the time to become great and the effort and that will. Like as hard as I would go for someone I was in love with, where I would ride or die. Like that's how you got to go for yourself. To learn that now and to see how I'm reaping the fruits of it. I would tell that to him, and not only love yourself but be present, because a lot of my life, and it might have been from not loving myself, it might have been from being distracted all the time, but I was never present. You know what I'm saying? I never absorbed the situations. I didn't break down, and things were less meaningful. You know what I'm saying? I'm just learning how to be present. I realized how meaningful life is now. And I coasted through life kind of always felt like I was watching life happen to me and not experiencing it. And that creates a detachment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I realized I feel like I just started being alive. I feel like up until this point I've existed, and I just started being alive because I started loving myself and because I started being present. So I would tell that to him, and I would drill that into his brain, and then I'll spar with him and let him know I'm really
his little ass.
Yeah, and let him know I'm here for the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And to keep his head on, because you don't want to give too much away. Some of the most painful things that happened with me was the most enlightening things, and I'm most grateful for them. So they were actually things that needed to happen and supposed to happen. So I, still let that nigga get his heart broken, and still let that nigga, go through certain things. Still let that nigga realize, get jumped and realize the world is full with, shiesty niggas, and it's not about karma, it's about action, and like, you know what I'm saying? Still,
do you believe in good karma and bad karma?
I believe in it in more of like a in a broad sense, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really one of those things. It's like
if you do
if you
do something good, like it'll come back tenfold. Or
I do believe that if you seize it, you get what I'm trying to say? Because the universe does not acknowledge good or bad, it acknowledges action. Because you could be the nicest person in the world and I could be the most evil person in the world, but if I go for shit and you don't go for things, I'm gonna be rewarded. Why do you think the most people in power right now with the most money are the most sadistic, evil motherfuckers in the world? You know what I'm saying? Do you think they earned the most power and the most money by being really good people? Do you think that's good karma coming? Like, no. Somebody
I like that.
And some of these people live their entire lives in the laps of luxury, and then their children, who are also sometimes evil bastards, inherit their richness and nothing bad happens. Not yet, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's one of those things. It's like, the world acknowledges action. I do believe if you're a good person, things are gonna be nice. I do put out, because I've had many situations, little things that's happened where I've returned things. Like, I'm always a good person. I always return. I've had multiple times where I dropped my wallet on a bus and someone ran off the bus to return it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, little moments like that. When I always need a win, when I'm low and I really need a win, it comes. It comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes. Like, everything I've ever asked for, I've gotten, and I do believe that's because I'm a good person. I do think the universe works harder for you when it acknowledges that you're putting out the energy and you're receiving it. You do get what you put out. You know what I'm saying? We was having that conversation on the route. No matter, you get what you put out. If you're showing love and you're exuding that, no matter what, it's you're not gonna get hate back. And if you do and you still return it with love, then you're not gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Just cause if this nigga walked in the room tight at me right now and upset, like, and I get, most people get tight back, and I'm just like, me, I don't get tight back, because it's like, just because you're mad, that means I need to be mad. In what world does it mean that your emotions need to control my emotions? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you get what you put out. So I do believe in karma, but more than karma, I think I believe in action. And action speaks louder than anything.
No, that's what I'm gonna walk away with. That's the word of the day, action. Cause that was good. That was I never looked at it that way, but that's like the whole popular, not even popular, but the powerful figures. Like it's
Right.
all about action. That's fucking awesome, honestly.
That's a fact, bro.
All right, so we gonna give you this last question,
Right.
and it's left field.
Yeah.
If you were a cartoon character, who would it be and why? Take your time.
See, it's hard because there's people I admire in the cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Like someone like Goku, because you got to see Goku from when he was a little kid, hurting his hand, punching rocks, to becoming the most powerful dude in 13 universes and could shatter space and time and break down. You know what I'm saying? So to literally become a god. So you see that whole growth. So that'd be cool. But then you got to think about what world would I most love to exist in. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're that cartoon character, then you're in that world. Stuff, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, cool. So what world do I most want to exist in? And that's so difficult to pick. I would love to be in. I don't know if people watch anime. I would love to be in One Piece world. I would love to be in the One Piece world.
Get me familiar.
One Piece is basically pirates with superpowers, and I know it sounds weird, but essentially it's like the main character Luffy. The pirates in that world have like superpowers, and it's run by the world government, and the whole island the whole world geographically is a bunch of islands, so it's a lot of water based stuff. So pirates versus the Marines, and that's how it usually is. And so there's a dude named the Pirate King. His name was Goldie Rogers. He's the Pirate King, and when he died, before they executed him, he said, he's the most powerful pirate in the world. He was the most powerful man in the world, and he said, I left all of my treasure in one piece. He said, I left it at the end of the Grand Line, which is like the most craziest place in the world. He said, I left it there. He's like, anyone who finds it will become the new king of the pirates and will become the most powerful man in the world. And then they killed him, and that sprouted a whole age of piratism. So it follows this character that's like, I'm gonna be the pirate king. So you see him from a little kid, and the shit he goes through and his level of motor. I get inspired by these characters. Like they really face insane situations, and it's like, I don't give a fuck. I believe in myself so hard that I'm gonna shatter through every limit. You know what I'm saying? So like that's inspirational. So I would say that world, because that world is just. That world is hilarious, and the shit that you can do.
That's funny how you bring the world into it. Like,
it's
not just I want to be that person, but everything that comes with it. I need to think about that.
Because if I'm that person, I'm in that world. So I would say I would be Enaru. In the English version, they call him God Enel. And if it's God Enel, and because I really love his power, or I would be Kuma, one of those people. But if you watch One Piece, you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, then it's cool.
Well, there you have it, my friends.
Yes.
That was the first of many podcasts brought to you by Dreamwork Hustle and the Bronx Brand. I would like to thank Chris Rivers for coming out here today, taking the time out to have this conversation with me. I would also like to take out a moment to appreciate all the listeners that will be listening to this. Thank you for your time.
You guys are
we
great.
appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And how's that?
That's good.
Yeah. I felt like that was a smooth transition.
You put your smooth voice on. I liked it.
What we doing? We doing this now? What's the time? What time is it?